Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. I'm Matt, and this is my Hissho playthrough on Endless. So, where we left off last time, we made the transition to a democratic government, and given that decision, I'm going to have to reevaluate my laws in a couple of terms. I think I might have forgotten to reapply my Way of the Obsidian Eagle. I'm just going to put it on my main system. Ideally, this ship would be in range of that, but I think the mining on different planets is probably more valuable. And this ship, I forgot to retrofit it. Oh yeah, it still has a bunch of engines. So I'm basically sending the ship on a wild goose chase, where it should be going to that system. Now, I have some important decisions to make with regard to my fleets here. It turns out I was just about to attack the system. I probably should have started doing so. But then Pink popped out of Behemoth. And these things are quite difficult to fight sometimes. So I feel a bit wary about engaging them in combat. And, whoa. That might be a mistake. Okay, the entire fleet can still move. Sorry, Peregrine. I think it's probably best to just send this fleet back. And then try and just capture these two systems. Not split my fleet up too much. Because it looks like Pink is doing a lot better militarily than I thought it was. And I think I can go forward of an invasion here. I have a lot of tanks. Let me just see if I can upgrade them. Yeah, I've got more damage and armor on the tanks. I could get this upgrade if I had more advanced strategic resources, but I don't, so I won't. And here we can use Blitz. So in general, you could use preemptive bombing if you don't have that many units to deploy. Then you'll get a bit of extra damage, but Blitz will let you deploy extra manpower, which is really important because then you're basically outnumbering the enemy forces. And you can also you can use Guerrilla if you just don't want to lose forces and you're confident that you can win quickly enough either way. But generally it's either Blitz or preemptive bombing, and mostly Blitz. We can actually watch one of these battles, in case you don't really play the game, or yeah, just want to see what the Hissho battles look like. Actually, these are but it's actually just showing our tanks, because I got rid of infantry for strategical reasons. And as you can see, really, tanks rule this. I mean, they're still really powerful at this point in the game in terms of combat. As long as our enemies devote anything at all to infantry, we're going to get a significant advantage. If they also just have tanks, then it's even. And if we put points in the infantry, then they'll just get decimated by their tanks. Alright, we should you can always choose whether you want to retreat or continue. If we didn't win that battle decisively, we could have chosen to retreat and continue to besiege that system, but we're going to continue to attack instead. And we're just going to form up our fleets here. It's really a shame that we couldn't capture Pink's capital, but this manpower is not going to increase by that much per turn. And it's really sort of important that we don't lose fleets. And I guess just throw them at the enemy vigorously. Each fleet that we're building here and we're not getting that much out of is kind of investment that goes to waste. And we really kind of want to use our main system as like industriously at the moment. Like if we kind of just want to get a couple of upgrades here first before we commit ourselves strongly to military again. These upgrades are not amazing, but they're not terrible either. That's probably something we want in the long term. The academy is something we want. This is going to give us a lot of influence though, for maybe less than the academy. The academy is going to give us, I think, 40 flat points, unless this is actually 70. The wording is a bit misleading. It could be that it gives us loyal plus devoted from devoted, but I think it's only 30, I think. And how much population do we have? We have 26, so this will give us 52, unless this gives us more than I think it gives us. I mean, we probably want both anyways, but I guess I'll go with National Museum first. Okay, so that's that for this turn. Well, I thought it was that for this turn. It turns out you get a for some reason I thought we'd had our election already, because when we switched government types, we had a sort of pseudo election, or but now we have another election on turn 16. So we had 2 elections in short succession, which kind of threw me off a bit. So we just need militarists to have that hero continue to affect our policy, because this hero has a perk that gives us more behemoths, and behemoths at lower cost, which is great. And well, it just gives us more behemoth limits. The behemoths are lower cost as part of the system. Deadly Intent Bill is good, but it's only something we're going to need. It's not something we need to rush towards, basically. We're not gearing up for huge military actions at the moment. We're just trying to get a couple of planets off pink. And I think once we unlock... It's best for us to first unlock higher tier warships, and then we can just crush every other faction in our sector. And in the meantime, we can just build up our economy. We won't waste more time building, like, what will soon be substandard ships. So, ecologists, these are the economists. These are kind of nice, but I think we need lots of population types, and I'm not sure if we have those. This is nice for hero experience, but this is sort of mediocre. I sort of feel like I want to go with industrialists. It's a nice complement for militarists. It gives us bonus industry, and also fleet fortitude can be used alongside deadly intent to like really buff our fleets in the end game. That's what we want to go for. Scientists are also give a couple of good military laws like Star Boogie. Bonus movement points on ships is really worth it. And I guess bonus food is not bad either. I guess I'm just going to go with industrialists. Again, I'm not... Laws aren't my strong suit. Have the wrong degree for that, I guess. Okay, interestingly, the scientists are now doing well. Did not expect that. Okay, well, this Dirty Hands Act is good. This is something we can definitely pick up. Maybe that means scientists were the correct choice all along. I have no idea how how these decisions work in this game. Like, often I pick something and then like the opposite gets elected. Okay. Now we can pick up either this for more behemoths or more industry. I guess more industry. We have one more behemoth to go, I think. Let me check. This is going to be a lot of things to go over through this turn. Yeah, we can build another behemoth. Not bad. Which one's the one with the engines? Oh, we don't have one with the engines. Okay, we just have a lot of things we have to work through. Okay, first we can invade here. We can continue to put on pressure with Blitz. I've shown you once and I have to show it to you again. We lost that law. Now we want to keep Reigns over Bucks. I think that's doing a decent amount of work for us. And we can get Dirty Hands Act. That's nice. Dirty Hands Act is good because it gives you minus system improvement costs. We could go for the... I'm starting to wonder if Hatched at Home is maybe so good that it's worth tanking, say, 8k per turn, just to keep that active. As long as you can keep gaining k. And that's quite possible. I mean, if I play the Hissho again, it's possible that I was underutilizing Hatched at Home, even in these mid to late stages of the game. Bonus Dust, not something we need. Bonus Science would be kind of nice, though the effect is, I think, less impressive than I thought it was. Outposts, kind of useless, also them. Spoils of War. None of these are too appealing, to be honest. I guess I can go hatched at home. At least for a turn or so. If we pull hatched of home and it takes us down to the border of devoted, which I think is 85, then that's still not bad. Like, we could take one chunk of it, and then we could take another, and then we could just activate a different kind of law. And, ooh, we picked up this deed, meaning we got, I think, this hero? Yeah, the reward is this hero. It's like, where did that come from? And that's a level 15 hero, so that's great. Let me just show you the deed that we just got. I didn't really plan for this because I didn't know what the deed was. We unlocked this tier by getting the coordinatorship. Thereby we got this deed. This deed. The Chaser of Dreams by getting completing 10 quests. And having completed those 10 quests, we gained a new hero, which is great because it's a level 14 hero. And we can make that into either Great Governor or Great Military Commander. This gives us a ship cost reduction. That's kind of neat. I was really thinking about picking up this. Because that's the final tier of warships, basically. The carrier class. And carriers are just really good. We get bonus population slots on steroid using that. This autonomous administration is normally great, kind of useless if you're Hissho, because we don't really plan on building that many colonies anyway. And this is you go through quite a lot of work to set these up. We can add this. We already have the ability to add an alliance. We don't need the cooperation protocol just yet. We don't need that much influence for this. So in this tier, we're really kind of looking at this liquid composites, maybe militarized management. And I'm not sure about... These seem kind of specialized. This ultralight, super light content is good if you're trying to put influence pressure on another empire. But we're not really doing that at the moment. Like, the weird spot of the galaxy sort of made that not a sort of non-factor in this game, at least so far. We might play other factions in other games where that really matters a lot more. So in general, if you face this confiscate destroy choice, you always pick confiscate because there's always a hero in that system. Getting 10 extra happiness, or even 10 extra influence this, because we're playing the Hissho, all happiness bonuses are instead influence bonuses. But 100% hero leveling is much better. So we really have to decide what we're going to do with this hero, because I assume this hero is going to be great. So it's an overseer and use social. So those kind of lend themselves to a lot of good stuff for governors. So a huge boost to food, especially if you're already at fertile. Okay, that's already nice. Bonus to influence. Small boost to food and industry, probably going to be less valuable to us. We will need influence at some point to get better laws. At least, that's the hope. Forced labor, as we mentioned already, is great. This is going to give us a bit of extra industry, but it's probably not going to be as good as just getting extra deposits. And deposits are just... this is just valuable to picking up. If this ever becomes our senator, if we get enough pacifist points somehow, that'll be great. But most importantly, like just getting one extra strategic resource or luxury resource is just valuable in itself. And this will give us a decent amount of industry, but probably not as important. Let's see, we definitely want this. Reduces the dust cost quite a lot. And the hero is so high level, we can come back to pick this up later. More influence, probably pretty good. This is a percentage modifier for influence. That's quite nice. But it's also reducing our overpopulation disapproval, which is kind of not really something we're worried about. And this is obviously... this bean counter skill is with a huge boost to dust, food, and industry is really the reward for picking an overseer hero. So now we have an extra point. We could reduce our hero's assignment or dust cost or whatever, but most likely we're just going to pick up the extra industry here. Alright, so now we could cycle through our systems. Now we could either put our hero on this system, so our main system, and try and boost that even more in terms of industry. I mean, our hero here is going to give us... Okay, let's just get that skill to boost our industry on our main system. We're getting a good amount of industry and dust here, but we're going to get even more if we choose this hero. That being said, maybe the food boosts will be good on another system. I'm not sure. I think the huge percentage bonuses mean these heroes are going to be best on systems which are already established. We only have one, though, in our main system. Well, we have one system which is really good. And our main hero is probably going to be... I mean, as a governor, it's probably not going to be as effective as the overseer governor. So we can just add our new amoeba friend. And I think that should give us more resources overall in our main system. Yeah, our industry and food has gotten a huge boost. Ideally, we can pick up this, the super biofuel factory, so we can turn all the excess food on our main system into extra industry. Although that's still a while away. Liquid composites, nice. Again, our science is just rolling here. This is really a spectacular upgrade, the F Reality Institute. Somewhat awkwardly named. But also just spectacular together with, if you have enough antimatter. Getting 40% bonus science on a system is a huge boost, especially since we only have really one system which is producing all of our science, and getting a huge bonus on that is going to be a great gain for us. So let's just... We can pick up some more flat bonuses in this system if we need the system levels. We're going to get... I don't know if we have... Oh, we don't actually have buyout. That's kind of bad. We have all this excess dust, but we have nothing to spend it on. We could even use Diligence Ritual to sacrifice population for extra dust generation. And that's something we want to probably do, actually. But we have to kill a turn. These rituals are cool, but I haven't been utilizing them much in this playthrough. There's still like there's so much we can improve on in our gameplay, or my gameplay in this playthrough, and we're still doing so well, which should give you an idea of how amazing the Hissho are. They're possibly the strongest faction, at least once they get the ball rolling. Okay, go here, we retrofit that, and we send it back. Okay, now we have the fleets here. We have 2 kites. Those are probably our best ships. We have this. We'll detach that. We'll merge it. And now I have... I guess we'll use a Kestrel to soak some hits, or maybe an attack ship. I'm not sure. Hopefully this is enough to defeat this ship. Okay, so we're using a lot of beam weapons. They're using a lot of kinetic weapons, but we don't have too much kinetic defense. I think we're going to go with Team Spirit, try and knock it out of the skies, or space. It's possible this fight is just too difficult for us. Okay, we drew. Somehow we didn't lose any ships, that's good. Can't fight with this fleet again, but I think this small little fleet should be able to take it. Yeah, so... these behemoths are really a big threat to our underdeveloped fleets. Yeah, we got that one. Great, boosting our K up again, allowing us to do more hatched at home shenanigans. Setting that there. Just checking. Oh, we have free probes again. And now that we have free probes, we can just get more dust trees. We have so many dust trees, it's possible I should have just been picking that up. I have so much money, I might as well spend it. Real problems real people have. That's certainly not a problem I have, let me tell you that. At least not in real life. In inner space, I can be as rich as I want. So that's maybe even something. that's something that's probably also bad. I don't think it's good that some people are rich and some people poor, whatever. Real world aside, we're doing really well in this game. I mean, I guess it's a good sign if you start worrying about like the ethics of having too much money in a 4X game. So again, I think we're gonna go for this option. Team Spirit is really nice, and also we haven't set up our ships particularly well. So that's probably symptomatic of not having the right defenses. I'm just going for Team Spirit every turn. That's probably a bad consequence of playing like this. Alright, once we get that multi-thread management, we can start buying stuff out. And that'll be really nice. Because we can use our obscene dust production. At least for this stage in the game. I guess I do want the system upgrade. It's gonna give us flat food bonuses. It's not actually that valuable for us at the moment. We'd rather put it on something where the flat bonuses are going to be more impactful. Real impact there. So this system is slowly getting populations fed to it from the main system. That's why we're colonizing this planet, even if we don't really need it. Then we'll get predictive logistics, optic research lab, the normal good stuff. Predictive logistics is just 60 bonus. It's just a nice chunk of industry, which is always going to be at least somewhat decent. And on this system, we might just want to pick up the modernization here, because this is a system that I sort of want to develop, but it doesn't have enough food, for instance. And I think we've gotten a lot of the food upgrades already. Yeah, at least we have gotten the food upgrades that we could get. We might want to pick up extra food upgrades. This is not actually costing us anything at this point in the game, in terms of science. This is not a great food upgrade, so I don't always prioritize it, but it's something that's probably becomes worth it later in the game. Yeah. This is the sort of wonderful thing about Interspace. There's so many different... Whoops! I forgot about my main hero. So we have to look for a system which needs sort of the food bonuses. Food per planet. This system kind of really does need that. Get assign our hero here. And really boost the production of the system. Yeah, I think so. It should give us, yeah, more population faster. Not the best use of the hero's producing behemoths perk, but also we can produce behemoths really quickly anyways at this point. And we just got a better governor. Sorry. Unfortunately, our governor was replaced. We're just gonna attack the same strategy. And drafting continues to be really strong.
Cares a little for the interests of our races.
Yeah, that's really mean. So I'd rather not. Intergalactic supermarket is not bad. Yeah, the extra dust is probably worth like the half turn or whatever it takes us to make that. Harvest production actually gives us less dust for potentially more industry. Actually, we could get this as a different place, but our main system is so good at producing stuff that we might as well go for it. So we can pick out this economic behemoth. Do we want to make another behemoth to? If we make another behemoth, okay, language. If we make another behemoth, we probably want to send it somewhere else in the galaxy, like I don't know, over there, or down here. That's a good spot. To do that, we're going to have to edit the behemoth again. Again, this is sort of tedious, but sadly, you can't just get your behemoths where you want to get them if you want verbs. Actually, we want better engines there. Even if it comes at the expense of the... Oh, so, well, not really that precious Hyperion. We pick it up now. We've already picked up a trade company here, and we have... we can also go for this Galactic Security Charter, that's nice. what it lets you do is make extra trade company subsidiaries. So the way trade companies work is that you make a trade company, then you have a subsidiary, and you send... we should get wormholes to make this easier. You have a trade company. Wait, we get wormholes after the F-Reality Institute. Or maybe before, we don't have to build it right away. We have something else planned in the Behemoth. So you make a trade company, before I was so really interrupted by myself. You make a subsidiary to the trade company somewhere else. In this case, we could choose this planet. And we buy it out. And then it will start trading between the systems. And then you can invest extra dust to gain dust and strategics or science based on what you choose per turn. So it's you're investing to get more resources later in the game, which is something I like to do. So this decision is whether we want to... Maybe it's just going to be easier for us to do. I think both are going to be easy for us to do. Saving the inhabitants sounds slightly better. I mean, the effect is the same either way. Let's save inhabitants. Let's do the right thing. Okay, this effect ended. Less crucial for... Okay, this doesn't actually matter to us. We can just... What really does matter to us is that we continue to use probes each turn. We can make another subsidiary. How many? No, we already have one. That's weird. We shouldn't be able to make one. Okay, there are fleets here. That's annoying. We should ask the Kravers to stop besieging us, I guess. I don't know who's besieging us. Or it's the Volters. Never mind. We should ask the Volters to stop besieging us while we're besieging them. That will go down well. Kuras are busy producing something there. I guess we get predictive logistics. We can start buying things out now to really get the system online. That's really... you could start spending your excess dust on setting up systems faster if you want. It's not always wise, but we have a fair amount of hot on this planet, so I'm going to pick up air later. And then afterwards, we can pick up... This is better if we have a lot of population already, which kind of defeats the purpose of getting a food upgrade. It's kind of stupid. Per luxury resource deposit, we don't have that much. Oh, here we have the green stuff. Quadronics. Let me just pause there while I try to read that. So that's good. Ideally we want these things. Why does it want us to get crust engineering? Does that mean we have orichalcix in our system, on our empire? Those two things are... Those are definitely things we want to get sooner rather than later. I'm not sure if you can hear it that clearly in the recording, but the soundtrack for this game is really great. And I recommend... I don't know if I recommend, I think it would be nice of you to support the composer of this game as well. If you have the game, there's a pack of extra songs, which is, I think, nice to get. Both because some of the extra songs are quite nice, and also... Wait, what is this? I'm not sure what that is. Both because some of the extra songs are quite nice, and because I think these things just randomly spawn if you can't make population or something. Or, I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure what those things do. So like I said, it's quite good to support the developers and like artists to work on this game. We could send it over here to Kura. Maybe that's better at this point. That's never going to reach there. Whatever. I'm not really sure what these civilian ships are about. And I don't know why it says bloody pirates if they're supposed to be civilians. I guess that's what the inevitable course for civilians. Stranded in space or something. Hatched at Home is still doing a decent amount of work for us. I think we can keep it on for one more turn. I guess we just cycle back to Hatched at Home whenever we can afford it. In terms of K, we're still devoted. I don't think we can call it anymore. Okay, this is kind of the producing the most industry in the galaxy. That should probably be us. And let's just do this fight first. Minor victory. Okay, so we can't afford to keep Hatched at Home on. I'm gonna abolish that, and we're gonna see if we can pick up anything else that's useful. Hissho Holiday Act. Nisa Act. Super Tax. Super Tax is not something we... Is it something we really need? It's a lot of money. Okay, Hissho Holiday Act is fine. Okay, I've lost control of the system somehow. I guess because they're there. Centaurus looks nice. Yeah. It might be worth investing into something like this, so we can just deploy more manpower. Can also send our fleets over here. Okay, now we can start mining this location, which is great. It's probably a good idea to start probing this, actually. Do we still have a probe ship? Yes, we do. Let's send that there. So now we have to choose, do we want to take an influence hit for extra science, or a science hit for extra influence? And I think I care about science more. We have a large stockpile of influence. We don't have very intensive laws at the moment. We don't care about this, we don't care about this. Pi has gained an extra level. I think we still want the industry boost. We can always come back for this. I mean, 5% bonus to dust on an undeveloped system is not the greatest. I believe Pi has a system which has valuable resources. Oh, no. I mean, valuable strategic resources. And now we can start ramping this up. This increases dust and science versus luxury and science. We're doing pretty well in terms of dust at the moment. What luxuries can we get from this? Just the dust trees. Yeah. I'm sort of feeling dust and science at the moment. It's good to get up these trading companies sooner rather than later. Let's see if there are any wormholes. There aren't any wormholes. Oh, there's one here. We could actually send a trading company all the way through here if we were peaceful with yellow and pink, or if we took those systems, which would be nice. Basically, the longer you make a trade route, the more value you're getting out of it. Like if we connect Sable and our main system, we're going to get a ton of value out of it. As opposed to making a shorter trade route, we're going to get a lot less resources for it. Not sure if trade routes are super necessary to win the game, but it's something I enjoy doing. And I think gives you a fair amount of value over time at relatively little cost. You just have to learn how to manage this stuff. It's really annoying. Or it's really unintuitive before you get to know the game better. So here, trade company HQs that you have to build these, then you build these somewhere else that's far away as possible, but still on a sort of direct star lane. Trade companies can't travel off star lanes, and then you should pick up this upgrade so you can get more subsidiaries, and you can get some security operations, which gives you extra value, which gives you extra value on star systems. Okay, how are we getting so much K? We probably have to pick this, unfortunately. Bad governor, still a governor. Did I forget to activate a K law? Or I put Hissho Holiday Act instead of something else. Okay, I got this. Yay! Very late, but I finally did manage to do it. So let's just continue fighting. And we finally beat this system. It took us a while, but yeah. And I'm gonna occupy it. Whoa, we could get that. That'd be kind of nice, but whatever. Yeah. Happiness penalties actually don't apply to you if you're a Hissho. I mean, not only are we an autocracy, but like, what is not up to date? The cleaners? No, the attack ships. Okay, fine. Siege ships. Let's move those out of the system. I assume this is not a very dangerous ship. Okay, they retreated. A mistake which we actually made this guy playthrough. Alright. I still have to get back there to like regain my honor. I mean, we're fighting huge empires and like, you know, all these other important things in this playthrough, but really we were beaten by our the previous Hissho faction, which is very funny. So I just want to get Xeno up as fast as possible in the system and just get some basic upgrades, I guess. Xeno have a lot of extra industry. This is really not a lot of industry because everybody's dead, I guess. I've discovered how like industry works. Like there's nobody to work. Oh dear, revelations of Nats. Let's just get rid of that. I think I got the system again or something. I wonder if they're willing to give me a good truce at the moment. We're losing. We're just automatically losing. Annoyingly, you get influence pressure put on you if you're lower on score.
We survived the hungry shadows.
The hungry
we will
what?
Survive this.
But they're shadows. How can they be hungry? So we can get a planet from that, I think. But seriously, I want to know about this hungry shadows thing. Like, like what happened? I think we can pick up Ita and then pick up 2 systems from them with a truce, and then go back to harassing Yellow, or do something else. I don't know. Currently, our military is lagging behind a bit. I do want to pick up these important upgrades first before I go back into military. And when I do go back into the military, liquid composites is going to be the #1 priority. Okay, we haven't started probing there. We do want to get that ship over there at some point. Wait, a lot of stuff has happened. Woo! So an enemy ship is attacking our main system. Whoa. Okay, they want to truce us now. Oh, enemy Behemoth. Isn't this our Behemoth? I think there's a Behemoth heading towards our system. That's how the quest works. So we can go here with this Behemoth, and then we go there. Then we retrofit it, and then we go back there. To retrofit it, we had better change this design yet again. Kind of tedious process. Ion Banner, radius of K-Zone. Okay, that's nice. Iron Banner. I continue to be unable to read on this channel. Which is, I assume, part of the enjoyment of it. Okay, we completed this quest. We got this thing, which I didn't really care too much about. Oh, we got a random technology, and that was randomly bad. So Spica is, I assume, a system which is not super developed. Yeah, it isn't. In that case, we really do want to get bonus industry. Well, as you can still see, like the single base is still doing a lot of work for us here. I should really modify my my kites. Give them a lot of extra guns. Or better guns. In terms of these titanium weapons. I guess I'm going to go for close range of weaponry because The tactics I like to use make ships relatively close range, so let's go with that. Yeah, this seems fine. Let's edit this ship design, see what that's like. I think this is going to be more of a... We can still go for these Hyperion engines, which is nice. We could pick up a lot of engines on this thing. Like, to be honest, a ship that moves this fast is just kind of valuable to have, so we can actually impact the wars with, like... we can actually like get our fleets to the front and like actually have any amount of impact, yeah, on the battles before they actually happen. I'm still not sure which of these two is best. I guess I'm gonna go with these shotguns. If the opponents are going for missiles, I think the slugs actually shoot down missiles in flight, so that's nice. Probably makes it less valuable to have one of these. I'm not sure why energy defense is so much higher. Just have a better shield? Not sure. Anyway. Maybe I've... wait, what is this good for? Bonus defense on plating and shields, etc. So this ship is actually fast enough that we can really send it to the front and have it do anything meaningful before the war's over. So I guess I want a bunch of Falcons then. Kind of funny. Sounds like a Star Wars reference. Nope, I do not refuse. I mean, I do not accept. And I again do not accept. They look kind of, well, they sound kind of desperate at this moment, so... I'm going to attack again. See, Team Spirit, like, puts all your fleets together at the front, so I guess I'd rather have, like, slugs in that case. Little sluggers. I guess I can still pick up Itta and then negotiate for more planets. Or I could just take all of their stuff, to be honest. Let's assign skills here. We can pick... Okay, I think I have to look at the system. This is kind of the tedious part about picking multiple heroes. And, okay, there's not that much here. Oh, and there is this Quadronix, so I definitely want this here. Get more deposits. You really have to make an effort to get these high tier strategics. We didn't really make an effort to get adamantium, and look where we're at. Or we just randomly didn't have it in our empire, partly. We can just dump our extra dust into this. And once we get extra trading companies, we can just build more of those. Now picking up extra strategics. We can't pick up that much of this anyways. We're getting enough antimatter for the F-Reality Institute next turn. So that's great. Now on this system, we have a lot of what we need. We can just pick up these so we can... I mean, these are not great. But also the extra food is something we do need on the system. I think we'll just put them there. On this planet. These benefit from being on sterile. That's not sterile, this is gas. Yeah, whatever. At this point in the game, you can micromanage a lot, but it starts having less and less of an effect on the outcome of the game. Now, we can... I really want to look for strategic resource deposit. I'm going to check out everything eventually. Yes! We found adamantium. That's amazing. Now we can just use these probes to get all the adamantium we need. And we won't ever be short of that again. Fantastic. And we got some Gossamer. Interesting. Let's check you better. Have we curiosity to everything? I hope that catches on. The curiosities. We're going to continue there. And we can go over to that planet to pick up the antimatter, actually. Yeah. Again, mining is something that sort of helps us get around. The really nice thing about behemoths is that they sort of help you get around the things that are the means of production. Wonderful Marx reference. That took me a while to find out. Alright. Now where's this ship? It's over there. So I guess it's beelining towards our main system. So we should have a fleet to take it out at some point in like the next century or something. And here we're going to this planet again, and we're going to start mining. This looks like the best planet. So this is sort of the phase of the game I really enjoy the most, which is just sitting back, relaxing, and just macroing up, as it were, like just putting all the economic pieces in place and really strengthening your production. You can send this falcon over here. With these extra falcons and how fast they are, I think I might actually be quite happy to attack. Although I want to get the F-Ray Institute first. You should always like shuffle the ordering a bit. Sometimes the ordering can weirdly give you... not kites, screw you, you suck. Sometimes how quickly you're falling kites. Sometimes the ordering can easily like give you like a small advantage. Like you get something out a turn earlier than you otherwise would have. It's a good trick if you're trying to just learn the game a little bit, or you're new to the game. This is going to be way better than this. You're new to the game and you don't quite know what's the optimal thing to do. Or even if you're an experienced player, you should just shuffle things around a couple of times and just see if that really helps you, or see if that helps you like optimize your construction queue. And hopefully then you'll also learn something about when to produce certain things, how many to produce, etc. I'm just keeping tabs on the behemoths here. And we got over 100k, which we're going to lose right away. Probably means I should be using up that k. Since we're so high on k again, check for rack, extra skill, let's pick up that. Since we're so high on k... This is always funny for Cravers. When they're losing a war, they're always embarrassed about it. Now... What else are we doing? No, I don't want your rubbish stuff. I want your planets. Give me your planets. No. But what was I saying? I was derailed by all of the things in the game. Nah, I forgot. Maybe I enjoy these economic games. Alright, I was just... No, I completely forgot, I'm sorry. I mean, I would retake that, but like, it's too much time we're losing of otherwise pretty good footage, so whatever. So I'm gonna check here. I just want to check for everything here. Make sure there isn't any good resource we're losing out on. Okay. This is an interesting quest. I haven't gotten this one before. We'll spawn a pirate ship and we get some extra K. Oh! I was pretty sure I wanted to pick up Hatched at Home. Sorry for you at home, like. I spent like 20 minutes remembering to do like the obvious thing. Alright, let's see what we can pick up here. Colonizable. This is sterile, temperate. Oh, that's nice. It's a laboratory that gives us bonus dust and science. Optics Research Lab is always neat, although the system is not that... I mean, this system is really the system we want, this extra trade company subsidiary. Sadly, we're not going to start benefiting from that until we have decent relationships with Pink and Yellow, or we've crushed Pink and Yellow into the ground. So for now, we get one here, I think. How many do we have after that? Wait, do we even have this upgrade? This must be wrong. It says we have. Oh, it says we're 1 of 3. Never mind. My struggle to read continues. I think we just picked one up here, right? We just get this upgrade. Okay, this is a subsidiary. This is going to be a subsidiary, and this is going to be a subsidiary. Or not? Okay, here we can get a subsidiary. Yeah. Let's actually turn it like that. And we'll get 2 extra subsidiaries at the least. And we can just put them there. Or we can do the opposite trick and put our trade companies 2 and 3 over here. And then trade like this. Obviously it would be more efficient to have subsidiaries there, but that's still a while off before we can start benefiting from those. Although we are a piece of yellow, maybe it's better to do that. I'm not actually sure. Nah, I'm probably going to be in war for a while longer. The new ships with a lot of movement speed have sort of convinced me to put the pressure on pink again. These Falcons are, I think, going to do a fair amount of work. If we're going to get them, we want to pick up the extra strategics that we need. And there's no Imperium in the galaxy, of course. So instead, we're going to have to edit this. Add some normal engines to these ships. Very sad. And the newer Falcons are gonna... Right? Oops, I missed one. Oh no, they have a base cost of 5 Hyperion. I think that must be it, yeah. So the base cost of 5 Hyperion is going to keep us from getting one for like a turn or something. Oh, okay, partly because that has run out. Let's look here. Here we can change this Behemoth back, send this over there. This Behemoth is doing good work here. Actually, can go back over here. I don't really care this much about this planet. And we're going to have to go over there eventually. And over here, yeah, we can start mining out the system. After we've done that system, we probably want to maneuver this over there, or maneuver this one over here and over there, or even over there. And the system will be sufficiently besieged next turn, so that's good. Unless you're them, in which case it's very, very bad. Alright. We got crust engineering. We possibly should have gotten the Quandrix first. We're going to pick up extra industry skills. Where's Gunner? Where's Gruss? Okay, let me not worry about that side quest. It's not super important. Here is Gruss. Yeah, we can do that really quickly. And Chameleon Space is not terrible. This is also not terrible. Where's Gano? Seriously. Oh, here it is. We can set up an outpost there. But setting up an outpost... Actually, setting up an outpost in itself is not bad. No, I don't want to do truces. Go away. Setting up an outpost in itself is not difficult, and SLC is more important to us than Chameleon Spaces, so let's go with that. To do that, I'm going to have to change this colony ship. I feel like I've done very little of consequence towards actually winning the game at the moment, partly because we're doing so well at winning the game. Okay, expanded mines. is something that we'd benefit from. Nah, only a little actually, so the security charter will actually get a value out of. Actually, eco-habitats is way better. What am I talking about? And at this point, do we want to pick these up? Like, why not? We might be worried about the inevitable Behemoth Obliterator onslaught, but I think it's early enough in the game. It's crazy how advanced our civilization is just based off our main system. I mean, it's crazy in the sense that how good are behemoths. And we're not probing either of those ships. Now I have to just cycle through everything. Over here, we're still waiting here. So now we can start invading here. I'm not sure what we're attacking actually. Oh, we killed civilians. No! I'm a horrible person. Whatever. Now we blitz. We still had a mine. Draft is so good, it's ridiculous. Anyway. Okay, we got compact wolf methods. That's okay. It's not something I would go to my way to research. This is the amoeba population quest. And they just like art, apparently. Is that a ratio? 5 influence buildings, something we can easily do. Search 25% of the galaxy. 52% of the galaxy is something we'll probably do eventually. Neither of these are... I mean, we get K from every quest, so not bad. This is probably something I'll end up doing. This is something I'll end up doing. Whatever. Out of sight, out of mind. I don't care too much about that. Okay, cool. Again, I feel like a lot of these decisions didn't really matter too much for us. We could have sacrificed population. And it's maybe something I want to start thinking, or start doing on our main system. Because, I mean, these upgrades are nice, but they're not a huge deal. We can just sacrifice the population for a noticeable dust increase for 10 turns. Sorry guys, somebody has to take one from the team. System trade value we can get afterwards. Yeah. I mean, skipping out a turn on our main system is not something we'd love to do, but also we don't have the resources for warships at the moment. This is so great that we're getting adamantium as well as antimatter. That means we're going to be able to build these liquid composite warships. Well, the carrier warships. These warships that require liquid composites. There. Eco-habitats is really nice, but not something we can prioritize in the system. We have luxury here, so we're actually getting a decent amount from this. Yeah. I kind of want to save dust so I can get more freighters. We kind of do want to build up our dust income quite a bit, because extra behemoths going to cost more. And each behemoth stacks the upkeep cost on each... Whoa, it's scrolling towards nowhere. Each behemoth stacks the upkeep cost of each other behemoth. So you really have to make sure you keep your dust up. Now, go back to editing the economic behemoth. Put some engines on. Although I'm not even sure how many planets we can still exploit with these behemoths. Is it the Quavers theme? I'm spooked now. Okay, behemoth there. Behemoth there, still nothing. And behemoth there, still not much happening there. And Placidus is being really upgraded by the excesses of our main system. We can definitely pick up these planets before forcing a truce with Pink again, taking all their systems. Pretty good pattern we have there. Wait for them. It's kind of what you end up doing as Hissho. You wait for your neighbors to build up systems, and then you just take them, and then you're like, thank you. You really don't have that many options of building up your own systems, though. The Hissho, as the cinematic makes pretty clear, are not gardeners. This is way worse than second level. I think the effects just stack. No, I think it changed. Okay, I think that's worse. I guess the science bonus is not bad to have, no matter what. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Right, ground battle. Let's win. And we did win, just not. We didn't win enough. We have a new trading company. And we can place that wherever we want, I guess. Where's the best choice? I guess Naos is an excellent choice for either a subsidiary or a trade company. Ideally, we'd have a trade company down there, though. I guess we could place one on Takum. The system is reasonably well developed. It has a good hero on it. Ooh, that was scary. Computer almost froze there. This is the most dangerous thing that's happened to me the entire session, so like... not sure what that says about, like, those are sort of the stakes when you're playing with Hissho. I mean, it's possible... I mean, our main system is doing so much work for us. It's possible we just want to try just one basing it. Like, just improving our main system and doing nothing else. As a sort of challenge run at some point. Oh, by the way, we unlocked this upgrade. The microwave pipes, which is very nice. And something we want to pick up on our main system. Where I would scroll more aggressively and competently if I was able. Right. Let's send these fleets over here. Take them 5 turns to get there. Still kind of slow if you think about it, but a lot better than we had going before. We get another economic behemoth. We pick up microwave pipes, which improve your FIDSI by 2 per population on planet. It's kind of another Denark University, except it costs more intense resources. Here we're getting quadronics from this planet. Very nice. Anyway, it's kind of like another Denark University, except it's a bit harder to get, but it's not unique, so that's very nice. Expanded mines is good. We have to think about where we want to put another microwave pipes. A lot of population, where's that? Oh, the system I just left. Classic. Okay, we can still pick this up first. And then we get expanded. Yeah, expanded mines first is probably better. I was thinking long and hard about where to build a trading company. To actually build it there, never mind. This is kind of the thing that's worst, but also the thing that's best about Ender Space. Just like all of these like micromanagement decisions. At some point, it really starts to wear on you, and you're like, when will the game end? But at other times, it's just like sort of wonderful. Alright, we're gonna do the sort of filthy probe trick. Get a ton of dust from that. This Falcon, I'm sure we can take out the extra morale is already doing a lot of work for us. Yeah, I thought so. And here we can take... Getting extra industry on our main system is not something we're super keen on. We'd rather get science, dust, etc. And we want to send the ship out to make an outpost, which we will never, ever upgrade. Unless we have a ton of... I mean, come on, even if we have a ton of care, we'd rather spend it on something like this, you know. Whoops. Retreat. Oh, shit! I forgot. Retreating is awful. Never doing that again. Oh. Oh no. What a massive blunder. My people will never respect me again now. Never! Oh well. Not the end of the world. We can use this fleet to engage them. That's a long ship, it has a lot of that. Very informative statement, but I'll stick by it. We should have just sacrificed our fleet there. That was dumb. That was not the brightest decision I made. Alright, this is always a thing that's important to remember now. And now we're reminded of again. Never ever retreat. Okay, wait. I accidentally unpinned it when I meant to look where it was. Retrench or will form. Let's continue to attack. Once we get liquid composites. And hopefully we can gain control of the system. No, wait. No. Right, done. No, I don't want to just leave truces. Actually, I didn't have to refuse that immediately. I could have negotiated with them instead. That was probably not the optimal decision, but whatever. That was also probably not optimal, but I just want to spend my dust. Let's go that way. Losing all that, like, K was a big mistake. Really frustrating. Oh well. And the Argosy will definitely leave. Oh, we wrecked the Argosy, nice. That means they're not going to produce things for a while. I think we can just pick up the system before forcing a truce. Unless they want more.
Speak. I will listen and watch carefully.
That's all your systems. I actually want to give that to us. But at the same time, we're not doing anything with these ships. But we're getting the systems sooner. Yeah, that's actually better. And we're getting this nice Oracle kicks from them too.
Again?
Yeah.
Is there a problem?
Yes. Do you have anything I want? Not really. It's kind of... Oh, we can't get this. We can only choose one of these two, but you can actually negotiate it for it. Come on, come on. Give it to me. You want this water hand? No! It's not flimsy. It guarantees the survival of your people. Come on. Okay, I do want this up here in magnetics. It's actually isn't even that good. No, it's not. What am I talking about? It's crazy. We can just get a better one. Okay, they were really reluctant to give up on those magnetics right there. So now that we're picking up these warships, we really do want to get integrated theaters at some point. And do we really need anything? Prevents enemy retreat. It's kind of neat. I've never actually used that. It might actually be worth picking up. And I think we might want to pick this up too. It doesn't cost us much. Economy is in such a good spot at the moment. Wonderful. Picking up the F Reality Institute in our main system. It's such a weird name for such a, optimistic and powerful role. Sorry, powerful upgrade. I'm like, I'm doing well, and you're like, no, F Reality. Okay, we'll just mass our fleets here, then decide what to do with them. I guess this ship can still do some valuable work. If I remember to use it properly. I've recovered from my massive K blunder. The people will never forgive me for not sacrificing their soldiers. That's what you get, I guess, when you are the ruler of such an on-and-bond society. It's what I deserve. Alright, Artemis. Greek goddess of the hunt. Also a planet in endless space. Not sure which is more relevant. Let's just check for other systems. Oh, I haven't checked the marketplace for new heroes for a while. And there are new heroes, and they are counselors. Very nice. Bye. The downside of getting all these heroes through the marketplace is you're never going to pick up a hero from the academy almost ever again. But it really worked out for us this game. We're going to get these upgrades. Now, we'll just put them on random systems, I guess. I'm really not... I could micromanage, but also, like, I don't care enough. So really, strategy is quite straightforward at this point. Now, I do want to finally stop neglecting my military and build ships that are actually good in these carriers. And once I have these ships that are actually good, together with enough command points, and weapons that are actually good, probably in terms of antimatter. Actually, somehow, no, we're not getting more adamantium. We're getting a ton of both there. We can also pick up, wait, what is it? The fabrication license, which gives us a lot of industry in the system. Although, do we need it that much? We'd have to give up a lot of adamantium, which is relatively precious at the moment. Or we're getting a lot of it as well. Alright, I think that'll be that for this session. And join me next time as I start coasting this wonderful economic advantage to, I think, a fairly straightforward victory. So join me in the next couple of sessions as I close out this game on endless difficulty. And I'm so confident of that because, I mean, to be this close in score at like 271 to the highest AI is a pretty huge deal on endless difficulty, where the AI cheats so much, and also where you can beat AI with a much I should colonize that now. Also, where you can beat just for the quest, by the way. Whoa, that was a cool cinematic. I'm so sad I clicked through it. Where you can no, the real tragedy just occurred. So you can really beat AI when you are like a lot of score points down on them. And the fact that we are so close in score with the nearest AI makes me extremely confident that we're going to be able to win this game. So join me in the next couple of sessions to see me pick up possibly a science victory, maybe a supremacy victory in the theme of this expansion. And definitely I'm going to tech into Obliterator tech because it's awesome, it's powerful, and it's deeply immoral and kind of game-breaking. So join me as I continue my playthrough of the dangerous militant Hissho in the next session. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had fun and learned something.